Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. For who is new here, my name is Ma, I live in UK and this is a channel about semi-hydroponics and houseplants. So what I was thinking to do today, sorry I have my phone here because obviously I'm not prepared, but I was thinking to answer some of your questions because I think people do not understand that leca, it's not an exact science. If you ask me, well, how is doing your, I don't know, caladium in leca, because mine is not doing all right. Well, I will say mine is doing fine. But now depends what's your environment, what's your temperature, in what size of the pot it's your caladium, where is situated, how much water are you giving it, and there are many variables. I personally I can't give you a straight answer without asking you loads of things. So because I've seen and I'm getting on Instagram a lot of questions like that. How is your calathea doing? Or there is no straightforward answer. That's why I'm telling you, when you convert a plant into leca, watch it. So try first with water with no nutrients, because I've seen a lot of you are doing that. I never did that. I put nutrients from the first time. All my plants love it. They don't mind. I never put only water. But watch your plant. Don't put nutrients and watch it. Is she alright? Is she not alright? See where you are placing the roots in the pot. That's another thing. If you are placing the roots at the half of the pot, leca on top, it's drying, and it's drying really quickly. So what it's doing when leca is dried, it will absorb the moisture from the roots. So the plant will not do fine in those type of situation, because the moisture will be absorbed by the leca, so it will dry the roots. So that's why the plant needs to be really close to the bottom. Not on the bottom, but really close. Because if you have, I don't know, 32 degrees, your leca will dry really quickly. If it's a small pot, your leca will dry really quickly. If it's a big pot, they won't. And so there is no straightforward answer. This is what I'm trying to do, to explain. It's 6 o'clock, so in the morning, so I'm not fully awake. Another question that I see on Club Leca, it's about the nutrients. You have to understand that all the nutrients that we are using, they are for hydroponics, not for semi-hydroponics. So if you know, in hydroponics, you have a water pump, you have an air stone, you have a lot of water movement. It's not the same with semi-hydroponics. I think, yeah, we all know that. So when you read a label, think about it, that quantity, which is a huge quantity for semi-hydroponics, you can't put it in semi-hydroponics because it's really big. It's really concentrated, and it's really concentrated because the water is constantly moving. It's not still like it's in semi-hydroponics. That's why I've tried to explain about the nutrients, and that's why I'm using Miracle Grow, which is not a hydroponic fertilizer. And why I'm doing that, because you, in hydroponics, for example, you need to put, I don't know, 10 milliliters per 10 liters of water, right? So that will provide to the plant in hydroponics the right amount of nutrients. At the moment that you are putting less, you're providing to the plant less nutrients and less nutrients. So if you put a quarter from the quantity that it's recommended on the label, obviously the plant will have less nutrients. So that's why I'm using a fertilizer that's for compost. It's not for hydroponics. And you have to consider the fluctuation of pH, the fluctuation of the temperature of the water. That's another cause for plants to go wrong in semi-hydroponics, the temperature of the water. So you have to consider all those things. A lot of the nutrients that are made for hydroponics, right, if they don't have the right quantity of air, they will disappear from the water. There is a lot of chemistry behind it, but in my head I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know how to explain to you because but if you do a bit of research on Google, you will see that certain nutrients that are made especially for hydroponics, they will stay in water because of the quantity of oxygen that air stone or air pump are putting in the water, and because of the movement and everything. In semi-hydroponics, those types of nutrients without the oxygen will get lost, and the plant will not have the time to absorb them. So my advice, and I'm talking only from my experience, is to use a fertilizer for compost, because we know that fertilizer will not get lost. Another thing, I've seen a lot of people that are asking about organic fertilizer with LECA. You can't use it. Why? Because the organic fertilizer, when it's put in compost, which is an organic media as well, it's broke down by the soil in types of particles that the roots are recognizing that it's fertilizer, and they will absorb it. So the organic fertilizer need to be break down by the compost in order for the roots to take the nutrients. Well, in LECA you don't have that. It's an inorganic media, can't break down anything. So that's why you need a chemical fertilizer, I don't know how it's called, not an organic one, in a nutshell. So why I'm using Miracle Grow? It's because it's a high nitrogen concentrated, and because I'm pouring only 1 little scoop. And by the way, what I mean by 1 little scoop, the Miracle Grow, it's coming with the scoop that obviously I don't have in hand. It's somewhere there behind me, but it's coming with the scoop that has a big end and a really small end. So I use the small end, and I put that small scoop for 5 liters of water, which is plenty to provide nitrogen, the NPK. But after that, I will add the calcium and magnesium. Why? Because you have, if you watch my videos, you will know, but you will see that the pH, it's fluctuating. Oh God, it's difficult. English is difficult. What do you want? Anyway, so if you see the absorption chart of the pH, you will see that I can't remember from the top of my head, but I think at 5 or 6 it will absorb calcium, and my camera stopped working. So between 5 and 6 or 7 they absorb different magnesium and calcium. Watch the absorption chart, because you have there everything. So different pH, the plant will absorb different nutrients. So that's why, sorry for that, don't know what's happening here. So that's why we kind of need to know what's the pH of the water, but don't stress about it too much. But I will stress about it if it's 7 or above 7, because it's raising the pH as well, so the plant will not get all the nutrients. So everything, it's connected. So yeah, I know it's a bit difficult at the beginning, but you will get used to it. So that's why I'm using those fertilizer. Another question was, what are we doing with the roots after they are coming out from the pot? Well, what I'm personally doing, I'm cutting them. I don't mess around with taking the plant out, repot the plant. The roots will keep growing and growing. It's in a thing that you can't stop, especially. Yeah, my camera keep stopping. Don't know why. Don't have a clue. I really need to. I think the memory card is full. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Obviously, I don't remember what I've said. Okay, let's move on. So, the roots that are coming from the bottom. I'm cutting them. I'm cutting them. But don't think I'm cutting them, the roots that are for a plant that are in a small pot like that. No, I'm cutting the roots for a plant that it's in a big pot, because I know for sure that she has enough roots inside not to be bothered about that. I'm not telling you to do that. This is what I'm doing, remember. And remember that I'm in UK, which is pretty cold, at least for me, but it's really humid. So it's kind of all right. I don't need a humidifier. I just have that there, which is a heater with a fan. So the plants are doing more than fine. But if you are in Texas, for example, where it's really hot and humid in the same time, you will have a different climate, so the plant will adjust in a different way. It's not the same thing. So when you ask me something on my Instagram, I can't give you a straightforward answer. It's difficult. It's difficult to say why your plant is not doing fine and why is mine doing fine. Sorry, I don't know what to say anymore. So please, what I'm advising you to do, take it slow. Don't convert 40 plants at once. Take it slow. Watch your plant. Watch the fertilizer that you are putting in, or not, however you want. Watch if the plant likes it or not, if it's droopy, if it's getting yellow leaves or things like that. Watch the roots. That's why I keep telling everyone, after 2 weeks at least, check those roots, because if they are, and they will be, roots that are rotten, it will affect the whole biological thing in the pot. So you need to remove them. Use hydrogen peroxide 3% or don't. Do whatever you want, but remove those rotten roots. You need to watch your plant, people. It's not exact science. Believe me. I don't know how. I think I'm not good at explaining things, or I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I quit. Fuck it. Okay, so this is it for today, because it will be a long video, and if it's a long video, it's taking me like 6 hours to upload it on YouTube. Yeah, internet in England, it's unreal. For 40 pounds, I get 10 megabytes of internet speed. Good job. And next week, I will give you a Hoya haul, because I'm expecting some Hoya from Thailand. Hopefully, they will be alive, because they've been in the post already for, this is the 3rd week. Awesome thing. But Hoya, I know that are pretty resilient, so hopefully they will do fine. And so next week, I will give you a Hoya haul. So see you next week. Subscribe, like, don't subscribe, wherever you want. See you guys. Bye.